EquiTalks is presented by Equilyst Analytics Incorporated. Check out our website at www.equilyst.com. Would you like to know if you should buy, hold, or sell a stock? Jaycee De Guzman, founder, CEO, and chief technical analyst of Equilyst Analytics, will share with you his technical analysis, overall sentiment, and trade setup for one stock every day. Would you like to be an independent trader and a profitable investor? You'll learn how to be one right here on the EquiTalks.
Good afternoon, traders and investors. We are back in our EquiTalks episode. This is the 8th EquiTalks episode, and today is March 14, 2019, Thursday. So what do we have now? What do we have today? For sure, you would want to know what do analysts think about MWC. All right. So if I remember it correctly, it's currently MWC is currently on a negative percentage change today. I'll give you my technical analysis for MWC, and then let's see what will my overall sentiment be, and what kind of trade setups that I can recommend for you. Okay. And I'm going to cite two scenarios when I give you my recommended trade setups. One scenario is if you already have a position, and another scenario is when you're just thinking of trading the name. If you've missed our previous 7 episodes, I would suggest that you visit our website at www.equilyst.com. That is spelled EQUILYST, equilyst.com. And then you click on learn, visit. You can visit 3 pages. If you are a visual learner and you would want to watch what I'm clicking on my screen, what I'm looking at while discussing this, click on EquiTalks video. So with EquiTalks video, you will see our videos uploaded on our YouTube channel. You can watch all of these EquiTalks that we have produced in the past few days. On the other hand, if you are a visual learner or an auditory learner, you can click on EquiTalks audio. So you can listen. So you can listen to our SoundCloud, to our podcasts in our SoundCloud account. So you can listen to these. Okay. If you prefer reading instead of watching and listening, then you can click on learn and then click on EquiTalks note. So you will see the summary or the transcribed versions of our daily EquiTalks episodes. Alright, so you can watch, you can listen, you can read. So 3 different media have been prepared for you. Alright, without further ado, let's take a look at MWC or Manila Water Company. The news about the shortage of water in Metro Manila is actually all over the place. I am one of the fortunate people here in the Philippines who, thankfully, we're not affected here in Tarlac City with this shortage in water shortage. Okay, and going back, so I'm going to give you my technical analysis for Manila Water Company or MWC. But before we take a look at the chart of MWC, I'd like to check first if it has some dividend announcements for 2019. And it has one, but the ex-dividend date is dated March 11. Okay, it announced a cash dividend worth 0.4551 centavo per MWC common share, and the ex-dividend date was March 11, 2019. When was that? Monday. Okay, so let me give you a few tips on how to do some dividends play. There are still so many people posting their questions on social media channels or groups, and their questions go like this: Sir, if I buy before, on, and after, will I still get dividends? And then another person asks, if I sell before, on, or after the ex-dividend date, will I get the dividends as well? Okay, so I'm going to answer those 2 questions from the vantage point of a buyer and a seller. If you will buy before the ex-dividend date and you will keep them until the ex-dividend date, you will keep those shares, then those shares will be counted in the calculation for the dividend. However, if you will buy either on or after the ex-dividend date, then those shares will no longer be calculated for dividends. So that's for the buyers. Let me talk about the sellers now. If you will sell before the ex-dividend date, sorry, those shares will no longer be entitled to receive the dividend. But if you will sell either on or after the ex-dividend date, then those shares will still be counted for the cash for the dividend, regardless if it's a cash or a stock dividend or a property dividend. Okay? So I do hope you already know by now when will you still be receiving dividends if you will buy or sell on, before, or after the ex-dividend date. Please share this video so that other traders and investors would be educated when it comes to that topic about the dividends. But this video is more than just about the dividends. So let's take a look at the chart of Manila Water Company, or MWC. As of this time of speaking, and it's already 3:27 in the afternoon of Thursday, March 14, 2019, MWC is trading at 26 pesos per share. It already broke down below the support near 26.40, and and the breakdown came with dun, 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 dun. It's a super bearish. It's a bearish volume. It's more than just above the 10-day volume average, meaning to say, I think this bearish direction of the price of MWC is driven by the water shortage issue in Manila. It goes to show that consumers, customers, and the traders in general are not liking the situation. They're not happy with the situation, and still here in the Philippines, since we are relatively a small index, a small exchange, our market is still it's still heavily influenced by the sentiment of traders. Fundamentals, it does not have some fangs, so to say, in the Philippine market. So we are in a market that's still heavily influenced by technicals, by the sentiments, emotional or psychological sentiments of the people. Okay, that's why just a single bad news, it will surely move the price around. So it's because we still have a relatively small market. That's why. Now that it has been broken down, that the previous support has been broken down, the acting immediate support now is positioned near 25 pesos per share. And if it breaks down further below 25 pesos, that will make 23.4 as the major support. So the acting immediate resistance is the previous support, which is 26.40. If it bounces away and regains its position above the previous support, then it will make 28.25 as the immediate resistance once again. But for now, it's really tough to say that MWC will regain its position above 26.4 by the size of this bearish volume bar, unless a strong positive catalyst will be broadcasted, will appear on TV tonight, and that may a very strong catalyst, that positive catalyst that may reverse the negative sentiment coming from traders and make it into a positive one. Well, unless we will hear something tonight. There's none. The probability for the price to continue its downward direction is more likely to happen if there will be no strong positive news that will be seen on the TV tonight or anytime from now. The net foreign trade for 2019 year to date is assuming my estimate shows that it's a net foreign selling still. Net foreign selling for 2019. MACD already crossed below the signal line since when? Since the price starts to bow down below the 10 SMA. So that was about around March 11, just this week. And expect MACD, of course, to increase the distance from the signal line, below the signal line, as the price continues to go lower. That's automatic. That's automatic, okay? There's nothing magical about that. Now, for the risk level of MWZ, it still has a low risk level because of its historical volatility score of 28%. Again, not because it has a low risk level, it doesn't mean you should buy it right away. You have to be. I strongly suggest that you should evaluate the situation, not because you saw or not because you see a big dip, a big drop. It's not an automatic buy right away. You have to analyze first. Can the stock's price go lower than this? Can it go lower from here? If you see a big probability for the price to go lower than where it is at the moment, then postpone your plan to buy right away. Wait for the price to draw closer to that support level. Then once it hits that support level, reevaluate again. Reevaluate the situation. And when you reevaluate the situation, don't just I would suggest that you don't just look at the daily chart, the net foreign transactions, MACD, the historical volatility. I suggest that you add on the list of things that you're checking, the price volume review, or this is what I call price volume distribution analysis. Okay, and that's what I'm going to talk about next. So here we see here that MWC's current price is at 26 pesos per share. It's currently down by 3.70%, and it has a net foreign selling worth 52 million pesos. See, even the foreign investors are not happy. They're not happy with MWC. Well, just yet. Okay, now let's take a look at the volume review. The intraday low is at 25.5, intraday high is at 27 pesos per share. So take a look at this one. Current price is at 26. And did you know that this 26 pesos per share got 70% of today's volume? Yes. Yes, it got 70% of today's volume. So it looks like 26 is really an in-demand price point. Well, unfortunately, when it comes to selling. And then the next price points that got a relatively sizable volume are 25.9 and 25.95. So if you're going to make that, if you're going to combine those three price points to form a range, then I would say keep an eye to the 25.9 to 26 pesos per share range. 25.9 to 26. Okay, that range, if we will calculate the percentage of volume registered within that range, I would say that's where 69 plus 7, 76, 80, 90%. Oh wow. 25.9 to 26 pesos per share, that range got 90% of today's volume. And that's also the range where the biggest number of trades per price point were registered. Okay, again, I repeat, 25.9 to 26 pesos per share. What am I saying here? Am I saying that you should buy within that range? No, not yet. As I've said, you have to reevaluate the situation. For example, Friday, tomorrow, at the open, if you see that the price of MWC starts at 26 pesos, then you still observe. If you see that the price is going down from 26, then it turns out to be 25.95, and then the bearish price action comes with a strong volume, meaning to say the people are not yet done selling their MWC shares. Then I would say you do a downward adjustment on the range that you have to monitor. So if you are one of our clients, if you are one of our subscribers at Equilyst Analytics, you can post a request in our private clients forum. You can post there, say, JC, may I ask for your latest analysis, your latest price volume distribution chart and analysis, your latest reading on your top 10 players sentiments. Can you tell me what you see on MWC? Can you tell me if I should continue monitoring, or it's now logically valid for me to consider doing a test buy? Those are the types of questions that you can ask me in our private clients forum. Okay, so that's what I say. That's how we reevaluate the situations here at Equilyst Analytics. We don't buy just because the support has been hit. We don't buy just because everyone translates the dips as buying opportunities. Yes, they could be buying opportunities, but we want to increase our the positive the probability of us to profit more than what? More than whom? More than the profit that buy below price fanatics would get. Here we don't follow the buy below price strategy. We are also not a fan of the peso cost averaging. Well, at least 50% of the definition of peso cost averaging, we're not a fan of it. We like buying at regular intervals when it comes to long-term investing, but we don't buy at any price, right? Because that's how PCA is defined. You buy regularly at whatever price you see on the ask spread. We buy regularly on long-term investing. I tell my clients that, but I don't tell them to buy at any price because we know how, we know why, and we know where to ask or where to check the price volume distribution so we can identify the price range that got the biggest volume and the highest number of trades. I would really advise that you check out EquiTalks episode number 7. I really put in more minutes, more time discussing the relevance of buying within a certain range, a range that got the biggest volume and the highest number of trades instead of whatever price you see on the ask spread. I also discussed on the EquiTalks episode number 7 why you might be able to earn more than those investors or traders who are following the buy below price strategy or who are just simply doing what peso cost averaging tells everyone. EquiTalks episode number 7. Okay, this is EquiTalks episode number 8. So there you go. I've given you the range that you need to monitor for MWC. And aside from that range, I would also recommend that you wait for a pullback near the immediate support at 25 pesos. I said wait for the pullback near that level. I did not say buy right away at that level. Evaluate, reevaluate, reevaluate if and when support and resistance levels are hit. Now, my overall sentiment on MWC is bearish. Okay? Bearish. If you don't have a position yet on MWC, well done. Okay, don't rush. Don't rush, don't hurry. Wait near 25. If you already have a position on MWC, and let's say you entered the position when the price was below 25. Well, if you apply the trailing stop loss strategy, if you have a trailing stop loss system, then you should have locked in your gains already. And if you have let's say if you have a 5% risk tolerance, you should have already sold when, let me see here, last December 28, 2018, MWC hit a high of 28.25. Let's say you have a risk tolerance of 25%. What's 95% below 28.25? Well, let's find out. 28.25 times 0.95. 26.8. So, meaning to say, when MWC hits 26.8, you should have already sold your position. Where was that? Where was that? You should have already sold your position last January. January. You should have already locked in some gains. Okay? At 26.8, assuming you applied 5% risk level. Now that's the good thing about using a trailing stop loss. Your gains are locked in, your risk is calculated, and you don't really trade more than what you cannot afford to lose. So that keeps your capital intact. That's why I always say that the trailing stop loss does 3-letter P's for you. It preserves your capital, it protects your gains, and it prevents unbearable losses. For our Equilyst Analytics subscribers, I have recorded a video and I have written a newsletter in Filipino, in Tagalog, explaining what is the trailing stop loss, and I also gave some screenshots on how you does it in actual trading. Okay, I do hope you review that. Take a look at the newsletter and some of the videos exclusive for our Equilyst Analytics subscribers. You will see all of those things when you log in to your account. Now, what if you bought MWC? What if you're one of those newbie traders who are fond of chasing the stock all the way to the top? Let's say you bought when MWC was at this level, when it was above 27. What should you do now? Still, I hope you have a trailing stop loss strategy. I know you will be selling at a loss, but at least you're not going to incur losses more than what you can only handle. Risk management. Trading is not always about winning. That explains why Christmas Day is only on December 25. Okay, it's not Christmas every day. So that's part of being a profitable investor. Becoming a profitable trader or being a profitable investor does not mean having profits every single trade. No. Being profitable in trading and investing means still having some losses, but your winnings, your winners, your gains outnumber, outpower, outweigh your losses. That's what being profitable in trading and investing means. Got it? Okay. So there you go. So I do hope you've learned something from my analysis, technical analysis, and some sharings about dividends, about some trade setups on MWC. Please do not forget to follow our social media channels. We are all over the internet. We are on YouTube, we are on SoundCloud, we are on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, we have a Facebook group, we are on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. All right, so you will find all of these social media links on the description of this video if you are watching on YouTube. It's also on the description in our podcast if you're listening on SoundCloud. That's it. Please do not forget to share our daily EquiTalks episodes so that you can help us as well. Help other traders learn how to trade independently and invest profitably. You can do that. This video is for free. That's why you can access it even if you're not yet a subscriber of Equilyst Analytics. And just in case you would like to get more than this, if you'd like to receive more than this, I would recommend that you visit www.equilyst.com. That's EQUILYST.com, and then click on services, and then you click on subscription. There are bullet points here that explains one by one what you will exactly get when you subscribe to our services. Okay? I made it a point that every single word here is written in layman's terms, just in case our version of layman is still not layman to you. Do not hesitate to send us an email or to contact us on Facebook. We have a contact page on our website as well. Okay? Do not forget to ask. Do not hesitate to ask if you have some questions. Again, my name is Jaycee De Guzman. This is EquiTalks for the 8th episode. Today is March 14, 2019, Thursday. Have a great day.
EquiTalks is presented by Equilyst Analytics Incorporated. Check out our website at www.equilyst.com. Would you like to know if you should buy, hold, or sell a stock? Jaycee De Guzman, founder, CEO, and chief technical analyst of Equilyst Analytics, will share with you his technical analysis, overall sentiment, and trade setup for one stock every day. Would you like to be an independent trader and a profitable investor? You'll learn how to be one right here on the EquiTalks.